Hello, everybody. It's Clint. Welcome to Sweetcast. Hey, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe button for more comic industry talk, specifically indie comics. I'm more interested in indie comics than I am mainstream comics, but we'll talk about anything. Specifically, right now, because crowdfunding is such a hot topic in comics, I want to talk about not really this article, but why so many projects are late. Now, if you think that you are in a unique circumstance, maybe you've backed your very first crowdfunding campaign, you backed your first indie comic, and you decide, you thought, hey, it was going to be here next month. Turns out it's a month has passed, 2 months, 3 months, a year has passed. When are you going to get that book? You're not alone because a lot of people are waiting for books, me included. Not only that, I've some insight in that I have a late book. I'm not going to be shy about that, but there are a lot of reasons why comics could be late, and so I want to get into some of these, including CNN Business has this article that says why 84%. Take a step back here. 84% of Kickstarter's top projects shipped late. Notice it's not all projects. It's 84% of their top projects that have shipped late. And yes, there could be some complications when there are projects that actually pull in more money, more problems. Could that possibly be a solution? I don't know, but it's worth looking at. Before we get into that, though, if you're interested in indie comics that you don't have to wait for it, ship right away, check out sweetcomicshop.com. The link is in the description below. You can get access to all of my books that are currently ready to ship. I've got single issues in here. I've got trade paperbacks, these prestige versions. I'll tell you, this Downcast 2 is the next one that's going to go out of print. But if you want to catch up on the story, I'd get this Downcast Collection 1, reprints volumes 1 and 2, and then get Downcast 3. That'll catch you up on everything that I have on Downcast. Dracula is coming soon, so you can get it. Check it out in the link in the description below. You can't get it yet, but you can sign up for the pre-launch page. That's going to be massively important. It's going to get you a special early bird offer that you're not going to want to miss. So please sign up for that. All right. So 84% of Kickstarter's top projects shipped late. I'm glad they shipped, or at least at the time of this. This article is actually very old. It was from 2012. Did I surprise you? It's possible that crowdfunding has actually gotten better as far as late projects go, and I think that also ushered in a new complaint with crowdfunding, and that was that there were so many large companies. I'm not talking about comic books, but there were so many large companies coming in to Kickstarter or Indiegogo with brand new products that they wanted to ship. They wanted to pre-sell essentially, and they had the products already finished. They could complete everything, get everyone their product, and move along neatly. And that made a lot of people upset. It still does to this day, because that's not in essence what a crowdfunded project should be. I disagree. I actually think that's fantastic. If you can back a project and have a good experience with crowdfunding, you're probably more likely to take a chance on a smaller company or creator if you have a good experience with somebody that's got their stuff together. So getting into comics more specifically, I'll tell you right now, Fatal is late. And I lose sleep over this frequently. We're working on it, and I could tell you why it's late. It's probably a number of factors, but more generally speaking, I want to go over reasons why comic books could be late in and of themselves. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 reasons. That's a perfect, I did not plan that. But here are 10 reasons why comic book campaigns are late. I'm going to actually start here at the bottom and say printing issues and check that off right away. Printing issues, I can't tell you, I know a lot of people that crowdfund comic books, and this is an issue that comes up over and over again. In fact, I think it might be up there among the top 2 or 3 reasons why comic books are late. And that is, if you're printing overseas, so much can go wrong. If you're printing domestically, many things can go wrong, but especially overseas, there's just even more that can go wrong with printing. All sorts of problems. You could even get things wrong with the books. You get the books and they're not printed correctly. I've seen numerous examples of that. One being the Lucian. I know that, when he got that book, something was wrong. He had to get it reprinted. Another one is Jason Brubaker's final Sithra book. was bound incorrectly. It was funky, so he had to get that redone again. So there are a number of books that have to get reprinted because they were just something went wrong. Beyond that, there can be paper shortages, which I have experienced. There can be, you're just waiting in line. There's just too many people getting books printed at the same time. So many things with printing. All right, let me go up to this one now. This is a commitment, which is adding pages. I've seen people do this in crowdfunding campaigns, and I cringe every time, mainly because I'm worried about those creators and setting expectations that are too unrealistic. And that is, hey, I'm going to make this book bigger if we hit a certain number. It sounds nice, right? But what it does is it actually extends the time it takes to create and finish that book, extending the campaign, extending those anxieties from backers and the creators for that matter. And so I think adding pages is generally not a good idea unless it's some kind of reasonable goal of like pages for a fan art section, pages for other extras. But when they're story pages, they do add on to the process. I'm not saying don't do it. I'm just saying that is a reason why campaigns can take longer. So if you backed a campaign and you want it to be adding more pages, definitely expect that also to add more time to those books. All right, next one here, we're going to go with extras. We'll go there. Now, this might seem simple. You add extras to a campaign like bookmarks, stickers, so on and so on. And you're going to think, hey, this should be pretty simple and straightforward. I just want to get those, send me the books. These extras are nothing big, not a big deal. But actually, they can hold campaigns up. I know for a fact getting artists to turn in, art for trading cards, for example, can extend the lateness of a campaign if you don't have the trading cards. But it can also amount to, you got to get those things colored too. You have to get them produced somewhere. Maybe the price wasn't right. And so you have to look elsewhere. There's so many things that can happen with extras. And so I think keeping extras simple is a good idea for a campaign, unless, they're an experienced campaigner and they know what they're doing. All right, let's go here. Spending all the money. I'll be honest, I don't know of many instances of this happening. It seems unspeakable, but I guarantee it happens. And I know maybe one instance for sure where that happened. And that is when those creators get the money for the campaign, they spend it on this and that, and pretty soon there's no money left to actually create the book. That's a major problem, and I think it's one of those deadly sins of crowdfunding that you probably will never recover from. Do not spend money. Don't back anybody that has taken the money and ran in the past. It's just not a good idea. All right, I'm going to go to this one next. Didn't raise enough money. So maybe the goal was set too low and too little money was brought in. It can be tempting to set a really low goal, so that way it looks nice when you pass that goal really quickly. But if you're unable to actually raise those dollars to fund the campaign, then that low goal can actually be a major hindrance. You have to be making enough money to produce the book. Otherwise, you're going to be spinning, waiting to get funding elsewhere, taking out a loan, any number of things to try and raise the rest of those funds. That can be a major, major problem. All right, another one here is shipping. I know this can be a burden to many, and I'll tell you that shipping for me has not been a problem for an entire campaign, but it'll be a problem for certain backers. You'll definitely have items that, it just got lost in the mail, or if it's shipping international, sometimes those books take an awfully long time to get to their destination because of problems with shipping, and it can range from another number of things. All right, now I'm going to get into the more touchy subjects here, and that is a specific person on the creative team not doing their job, screwing up. It can be a number of things, but in this case, I'm going to put artist hang up, and it could be a number of things like a personal family tragedy or an injury or accident or even death happening to an artist. That obviously can make a campaign late. That's very real, and it absolutely does happen. There can also be an artist that is working another job or two other jobs or taking on too many other commissions, or again, any number of things that they could be spending their time on other than sitting down and drawing the book. A slow artist can be another factor. However, I think that that is actually very rare for an artist to be so slow that it actually affects the ship date of a book. If they're sitting at the table and drawing, generally speaking, the book's going to be done within a reasonable time frame. But again, artists are going to vary. So the next one, oh, I just deleted it. No, it's writer hang up. I'm going to go ahead and writer hang up. We got to put that in because that is an actually important one. Writers can absolutely hold up this process, not turning scripts in. Often writers can be the ones running the campaign itself, and so they're the ones managing things. So they can also be a problem why art is not getting turned in, or anything else if a writer is managing anything else other than just the writing. So that is also a consideration. Coloring hangups. I have not seen a more desired and needed role in the comic book creation process than a colorist. Everybody is looking for a colorist, a good colorist that can get stuff turned in on time and do a great job. This is such a huge need in comics, but it also seems to be such a hindrance. I've seen so many books that have completed artwork and no colorist to complete it, no, colorist that can do it in a timely manner. It really holds things up and can absolutely hang up a project and make it be very, very late. And last but not least, I have a lettering hang up. What? Lettering? How does a letterer hold up a project? He doesn't. This is a fallacy. It's never the letterer's problem. Why is that the case? It just doesn't happen. It's very, I've never heard of it happening, in fact. So we could actually take that one off the list. If I missed anything, though, let me know. And is a late campaign a reason for you not to want to, or the fear of a late campaign, a reason for you not to want to back a crowdfunding campaign? I'd love to know. Let me know in the comments down below. And also don't forget to like and subscribe, help this channel grow. I'd love to hit 6,000 subscribers. That'd be a fantastic number to hit. So if you help me get there, I truly do appreciate it. Thanks so much, and I'll see you in the next video.